Integra FGC is asking, what are some different ways to get into flow state?
Simply put, you want to find something that is challenging and it's just challenging enough where it's not like stressful, but it's you need to concentrate on it. Something that's within the realms of your control, that's manageable, but it requires you to really focus because it's just beyond your skill set. Like you have to really stretch. That's what creates the flow state. And then the opposite of it is if it's an extreme amount of stress is presented and you produce anxiety, or you have so much skill and not enough challenge, you get bored, right? So those are like the two fluctuating states people are in if they're not in flow state. It's like one or the other, right? But if you want to get into that flow, you want to make things manageable. So if it's something that is massive, break it into chunks, and then figure out like what is the sequence of events that you would then focus on once you solve one challenge and move on to the other. You turn mountains into hills, and then you take a bunch of small steps, and eventually you're at the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
right? So
I think for me, the one thing that stops me generally I am in flow state, but something it's more like I get interrupted by something, and I
mm-hmm.
think that the biggest thing is if you're not in flow state, most of us we naturally want to go into autopilot. Human brain just wants to be in autopilot. That's why you can lose a whole day and be like, God damn, I didn't realize that happened. So I think that what stops you is when you're like something interrupts that flow, which can be a good thing, right? If you wanna gain more mindfulness and things like that, you can control it more so. But if you want to go into a flow state, I think that the biggest thing for me personally is that I need to understand the variables around me. I need to understand the possibilities so that way I don't have to think about it to solve it. Because once I have to think about something to solve it or to understand it, then it interrupts me just flowing.
Wow, that's beautiful. Because I literally had this thought yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, because I was playing DNF, I've been playing that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing my friend Darian, and I was doing really well, and then I started doing really poorly because he introduced something to me I didn't understand, and he just kept doing it, and then my entire existence became about this thing,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about it, but then now I'm thinking I'm interrupting my natural shit. So that is so
I mean,
interesting
you,
that
you
you
gotta
say
you gotta
that.
think about the word flow. Literally, it's a stream, right? For me, it's like it's a stream of water. Someone just throws a fucking giant rock in there. It's like, wait a minute, it messes up the whole thing.
Mm, wow, that is dope. Holy shit. So how do you go about if something gets presented to you that you don't understand, then
That's the
how do
mystery, right?
you
I don't know yet because for me, in the I mean, given time, there you could learn how to figure it out. But in that exact moment, I don't know. You could ignore it for now,
wow.
try to avoid it. I mean, you've been you actually taught me about this, like the whole analysis paralysis thing. It's that's what that is. It's just an interruption to flow state. It's just
Mm.
I don't know the answer. That's my biggest issue as a player in Street Fighter is once something new pops up, I literally have to try and win and completely ignore that thing if possible. Because solving it is going to become the thing to worry about.
I will say that every time that I have been in flow state all the way through, it wasn't because stuff didn't pop up. Stuff did pop up, but the thing was I accepted it. And but it was so weird. I accepted these things, these variables, these X factors, and but I didn't try to change
Oh,
them.
you got to flow around it like the rock in the water. Huh.
Right. I didn't try to change it, and that's the thing is I try to change those things to get back to flow, but then I'm not in flow because
Because you're
I'm
trying to change
literally.
it. Exactly. These are problems that only thinkers have, though, to be honest.
But I love how yes, bro. But bro, oh my god, Brian, I love the fact that like you painted a picture of it, so it's not a series of words. It's a
Yeah.
picture. You know what I'm saying? So and that's how and you know why I love that because when it's an image, there's no thinking. It's just a picture, right? So like
Mm,
when it's words, it's analysis, it's process, layers, which further slows down and clogs the system.
yeah.
more pebbles in the stream, right? But like you said, it's this. So now my brain is like, oh, so if I ever see a challenge, I don't have to think. I just go,
Yeah.
oh my God, bro.
I just
And it's the same thing with going. I'm sorry. It's the same thing like with going to the gym, man. Like if I go to the gym and I want everything to go perfect, it goes perfect, great. But then if something throws me off, like I gotta do something for my mother, or I gotta go do this, it disrupts my flow, and I'm upset because I think my flow's disrupted. So then I don't go like this. I'm like, there's a boulder in my water, and then I stop and I don't go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, but it's extreme. It's funny because it's like, damn, why do we do that? But yo, it's literally the mental, man, because when you have a thought, you have associated thoughts.
Yeah.
So if that thought is I'm a failure or I've messed up, you think everything is messed up.
I saw this post.
Wow.
I saw this post on I think it was Instagram, and this helped me a lot. And it said you didn't have a bad day, you had a bad 15 minutes, and you made a bad day out of it. And that actually stuck with me because if you want to apply it to like a Street Fighter round or something like that, it's similar. It's like you didn't have a bad round, you had a bad moment more than likely, and you let it affect the whole round, right? I think that's probably the biggest issue is Akuma does air fight.
Wow.
I spent the whole round trying to beat that shit. It's like it happens. I really do think though a lot of players don't have these issues. Like there's some people who understand flow state naturally just because they don't they don't think.
Right. But the power of thinking is
It's
you're able
tremendous.
to
Dude, when you
discern, man.
I personally think thinkers when optimized it's the longer journey in my opinion. It's the longest journey. But when optimized, it's insanely powerful.